Subtle is the path of love. When Maharaj Ji gave one American devotee the name of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he told him that his name meant consciousness of God within the heart. Later, Chaitanya wrote a poem that delicately suggests the precious moments and feelings we shared in Maharaj Ji's presence. You move through woods before you reach the temple and cross a flowing stream. Gentle, so gentle. Perhaps he is there, perhaps not. Either way, you are sure of sweets and other nourishment that promises so much. And like your dream, not even sleep is required. All is provided free. The only limitation is doubt, nothing else. For here there is no need of you. You are free to come and go, free to see all that was once relation, wander in a place beyond your expectation. How can anyone describe what happened? I never asked any question, didn't relax. It's not as if I suddenly became a child. When others sang, I'd catch my hands and watch. If you asked, I'd have to say, nothing happened, nothing at all. I don't know how much was prepared before I came. He merely looked at me and, like the wind, was everywhere, suddenly everything. He was the edge of cliffs, binding me to leap. The leap itself, its river sound and rock space. Fear he was, and longing the hesitation, trust the standing still, and no matter where I fall, he holds me. True, it is strange to inhabit the earth so lightly, to have one's proper name drop away like a leaf you hid behind, to have a new name tremble awkwardly over your lips, to find the voice behind the lips suddenly singing. It's hard being dead at first when the world no longer seems strong enough to hold you and you long to know the time, what day it is, his name. He is tender with you then, and all doors are open to you. He lets you go on wishing your own wishes. Nothing is required. You are free to test your word like a broken toy against his playful emptiness. Perhaps this is all you need, a contrast with your world. Some sweets, a place to be, a show to watch, enough to be no longer who you used to be. Enough, but subtle is the path of love. No answer and no questions. Every day with him has its own momentum. The only thing missing is a beginning. The change can be total. Here, where love is stronger than electricity and candles burn more slowly than the candles you know. Here, where days neither begin nor end, quiet days, neither inside nor out, neither with others nor alone. So simple, so strange. Being free to go, you are drawn to stay. Still, he may not look at you for months, never ask your name or offer another to you. Your anxious hands may never catch the fruits he throws so quickly without seeing you. His feet may seem too close to the earth for you to kiss, no matter. As you remain with him, you grow used to the stars and risk dark mornings so you can hurry to him. Those things that combine to distract you will vanish in your readiness to be always in his presence. The shame it evokes and the hope are the lovers you first spy on. He lets you watch them create each other while he just lives there in such sweetness that their differences commingle in his light. And soon their power over you flies like fruit from his open hands, and they close forever over why what you thought you were here in this orchard of the heart. He feeds you all you bring him, though you may never realize how. So simple, so strange, and still you think, have I tricked myself again? What do I want and why? What keeps me here? Is this his so called power? Is only I could leave, I would. Perhaps I've strayed among the cliffs too long. Perhaps I am lost. What happens to my future? This isn't what I want, or is it? So simple, so strange. He sat upon a wooden bed and looked unreal and far away. When I first saw him, I looked at him. He didn't look at me. I made no difference in his world. Everything was new to me then. Even his elbows made me laugh. And his loving eyes gazed openly into my hidden world, asking nothing being all. Those were the graceful days. We did nothing at all. He used to say we were good for nothing but the five-limbed yoga, eating, drinking, sleep, gossip and moving about. Alone among friends, we ate with our hands and tossed our left leaf plates in the river. How like himself he was, opening doors, sitting where he sat, walking here and there, saying what he pleased, laughing when he laughed, and we laughed with him, letting all distinctions like the future, which before had moved so restlessly ahead, conform to the folds of his blanket. So much is being with him, his presence being all. Don't throw anyone out of your heart, he said. Love people and feed them. So simple, so strange. He let us walk with him and hold his hand, put flowers on our hats and pulled our beards. He'd send us away and call us back, married us and named our children. Who could he be? Oh, what a funny old man. His clothes were falling off. We came to be here now, and he said, come back tomorrow. What is it that touches the purest secret in us? Let us enter, where all is distance. Is it truth so familiar it seems to live alone? The tense urge that lovers are, the space between two thoughts, a letting go, the gift flower endlessly, forever turning us toward love's beginning, to where we no longer are. Only absence left to remind us. Thought arise and pass away. There is nothing I can do. No thought, no deeds can save me. I sing, I dance, with hands held high in adoration. I play my part, all other roles being taken, the unseen and the seen. So it has been, so it will be. A trusting heart consumes all lies. O beloved, there are no distinctions. The whole universe is strung upon you. This garland I place at your feet. Let me give your flowers. Let me give you flowers, my child, my lover. You cold old stain, you cold old stone monkey man. There is nothing I can do to touch you. Still I will. Brother among brothers, sisters, father, friend. Why pull your blanket from my hands? To help me is such a trifling matter. The pain is too much to bear, but I bear it. I bear all. There is nothing else. Let me give you flowers. Forever let me. Let my love be unfulfilled. Forever let me yearn for you. Can I ever forget that I never remember you? Subtle is the path of love. So simple, so strange. Faith, no fear. All the colorful melodrama that transpired wherever Maharaji went, all the various ways the devotees thought of and reacted to Maharaji and his many faces in response, the anger and abuse, the chiding, the tenderness, all of this filled the time and space when we were around him, and yet we knew that this was a part but not the essence of the relationship. It was not acts or words or opinions, but something far more subtle than Maharaji was transmitting to us. It was deep within ourselves that Maharaji was gently transforming us. There was no aspect of life that was not touched by him. You know, you could go to Maharaji filled with many problems. You'd sit with him a while and they would all be solved. He would create an entire situation just to teach you. He never gave lectures or taught from scriptures, but he taught through incidents and situations. Maharaji guides us on all levels, spiritual, mental, and material. He gave instructions in how to raise children and in being a good marriage partner and in business. But these were not specific rules or instructions. He guided by changing the heart. I was invited by a group of high powered folk at Islam to join them in studying with a Sufi teacher in South America. I was very uncertain about the whole matter, so I wrote to KK in India and asked him to find out from Maharaji whether I should go to Chile for these studies. Then the answer came back from KK. Maharaji says that you can go and study with a Sufi saint if you desire. As I read the letter, something happened in my heart, and I suddenly felt absolutely certain that I didn't want to go, and so I didn't. On my next visit to India, when discussing this letter with KK, he told me when I asked Maharaji, he said, if he wishes, let him go. And then he said, why would he want to go? But then quickly he added, don't write that last part in the letter. It was at this deeper level that we felt Maharaji to be the shepherd and ourselves to be a part of the flock. Through this unspoken process, we developed a faith where previously there had been fear. Our faith was that in the midst of the changing uncertainties of the universe, if we kept Maharaji in our hearts, if we just stayed under his blanket in trust, then it would be all right. Devotees who had been with Maharaji for many years often reflected a fearlessness in the manner in which they lived as the result of their faith in his protection. Some he specifically taught to be fearless.